Alright, so it's the last section of summer, and I can get another cutting of grass. Um, so all I'm doing is finishing up that straw. Now I'm going to go get outfitted with my mower, and I'm going to try to set up for mowing this field and start the silage process. I won't be needing that. I won't be needing this either. Now, if I did this right, it should do a swath, so that way I can just go pick it up. Um, so I don't have to ted it. That way I can just start picking it up. Gosh, I'm a struggle busing today. Still gonna have to ted. And as you can see with the seasons mod, this grass is wet. However, because I'm doing silage with it, and I'm just going to be picking it up, I don't have to ted it. And all I'm doing here is creating hold on, let me pull it up. Uh, not. I mean, there is a bit of a delay between the game and what I'm doing. Um, between the video and what I'm doing. But I sometimes I don't know why the delay is. Sometimes it's bigger. Some days it's longer than the other days. I don't know. Um, Today it's probably solid like maybe 6 7 second delay between what's happening in real time and what's going on in the game on my side. But how you doing? I Sneak Twitch. Oh, I'm good, man. Just mowing some grass, trying to get some silage going today. I had to do a little restart on this playthrough. I messed up earlier. I didn't get familiarized with the new seasons mod, so I messed up in the beginning. So I've actually had to restart this playthrough. So I'm actually a little farther ahead now, even though it says part 3. I'm a little farther ahead than I was originally. So I'm excited. I already got my cattle. I got me some Holsteins and some limousines. Um, my game plan is to sell the limousines in the fall, make some quick cash, help pay back some of this loan. Um, Other than that, man, it's just going. How am I thinking of the things in the U.S. of A? Well, a lot of crazy stuff is going on right now. However, I think that it is bringing up a lot of good conversations that need to be talked about. Um, I do believe that those I do believe that the officers in Minneapolis were wrong, and I think that people have had just about enough of people in power taking advantage of them and not treating them as human beings. So, I mean, it's a tough situation all around the board. I think that while I do think looting and stuff like that is bad, I don't think you can weigh how much property is to a human life. So, I think that's shifting the focus away from the real issue, which has been institutionalized racism over many centuries within the U.S. So it's important that we address these issues now rather than later. Uh, so how's things in Australia? Right. Even with the COVID stuff, y'all didn't have any changes with that? Oh, yeah. It has. I mean, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a teacher, so I will say that the first month I thought was like, oh, this is cool. I'm not gonna have to go into work. However, I will say that I've actually missed my job and I miss working with my kids. So, um, I would like for things to get back to normal. However, I know that's probably gonna be a while before that happens. But I can't. I do agree with you that it has been nice to kind of have a little break from the business side. I've accomplished some stuff. I've gotten a lot of, been doing a lot of, I guess, streaming and playing games that I enjoy, and doing some little things around the house that needed to be done. So it's been good. Gotten to spend a lot of time with my wife. Imagine spending time with your wife. Imagine. Oh, you think you're so funny. I know that's you, isn't it, Flapjack? Yeah, I figured. Did you check out that highlight from the DayZ game yesterday? Today's a shitty day. What happened, man? Uh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. I am sorry to hear about that. Well, I'm in the team speak if you want to come chat for a little bit. What's up?
Hey,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing alright.
Yeah?
Yeah, my friend died today.
That's what you were saying. Is she doing all right?
I don't know. He apparently died in police custody.
Really?
Yeah, he overdosed, and I don't know,
Uh,
something fishy because they didn't call an ambulance or anything.
right.
So it's weird.
Yeah. There's always going to be a bit of, I don't think you'll ever know the true story of what happens, you know?
Yeah.
So, I am sorry to hear about that, man. That does suck. I've had, um, I've had friends pass away from various things over the years. Um, I'm a little, I'm an old man, so, uh, but it is always tough, especially if you were close.
Yeah, we used to be close, but then, after he changed a bit, so
Right. Was he using like hard drugs?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's still tough to hear, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's alright.
Well,
Shit happens.
did you well, maybe a funnier note for the day and maybe get your spirits up a little bit. Did you see the video that I sent you on Twitch?
Yeah,
The
where he just
highlight?
fucking died.
Yeah. So I posted that highlight in the Discord for that server, and the admin messaged me like an hour later and was like, "I'll give you all your money back. That was stupid." Much better admins in that server than the last server. So what are you doing today?
I've just been chilling. Got to go to the gym a little bit.
You go get the weights.
Mm-hmm.
When do you head out for basic?
2 months.
So you're gonna head out in August?
Yeah, when the weather gets a little bit cooler.
Ah, you're going into the army, right?
Yep.
That'd be good, man. Nice change of pace for you.
Yeah, but I got me a new job. I'm working as a software developer.
Oh yeah, for what?
My buddy, who works for the DoD,
Oh, okay.
so he's making his own little program to keep you anonymous online.
Oh, that's cool.
Would you be interested in something like that? Say if you had a program that would, it's AI related, right? So it's, it tells you, say, what companies are taking your information and distributing it to third parties.
Yeah. I mean, I would, yeah. And then Sneak Twitch is thinking about joining. What branch of the military are you thinking about joining there? And also, I've always been curious: is the military like a big deal in other countries, like it is in America? Like in, because this guy's from Australia, right? So I wonder if they put as much. I know they don't put nearly as much money into their military, but
Which guy?
Sneak Twitch, he's in the chat. He's thinking about joining.
I was in Washington.
He's in. He's in Aussie. He says he said he was from Australia, right? I thought he said he was from Australia. Oh yeah, yeah, he's from
I think
Australia.
so.
Yeah, if you scroll up in the chat,
Hmm.
yeah, Australia. I thought so. I didn't think I was going crazy.
I mean, you are an old man.
I am an old man. I am a bit delusional sometimes. But yeah, I think that's a good software to have because everybody's selling information to third-party people now.
Oh
So
yeah. So that's what we're making.
well, that's cool. I know nothing about coding or anything like that. So um, so what branch Twitch were you thinking about joining? The I'm sure y'all have an army and a navy and a air force and all that shebang. Artillery and tanks.
That's actually what I'm going in for. 19
And he and he said he'd be interested in that program if you made it too. Yeah, so big guns,
and 19, what I want my MO has to be is 19 kilo
which is what?
armored officer.
So you gotta go to OCS.
Nah, it's like NCO.
Oh, okay. That means you got to put some time in, my man.
Thinking 4 to 8 years.
My my cousin just got out of my first cousin. We were actually really close growing up, but he joined the army when he graduated from high school, and he became a helicopter mechanic. And he just got out. He did like let's see, he did like 11 years because me and him are almost exactly the same age. So he did 11 years in,
Mm-hmm.
and now he got a job at a private airport making like a ridiculous amount of money as a mechanic.
Oh yeah. I was watching something on YouTube. It's like, people who repair high voltage power lines,
Yeah.
they make fucking bang. Like they have, you know what they use? They use little birds to repair them. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, they weld like a steel platform on the skids of a little bird, and they just fly above the power lines, and they have a guy hanging off the side working on the power lines.
Jesus.
I mean, the statistic is that those workers save the power company about 16 million a day.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very high risk job. I mean, one wrong step, you're dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure they get tethered in.
Yeah, they get tethered in. They save the power company 16 million a day.
Oh, I have no doubt.
So,
Yeah, 16 million for the company,
no,
not their salary.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making at least 100,000 a year. At
Oh yeah, they're
least.
making bank. I got a buddy who works on. He's one of the guys. He's a linesman, so he goes out and cuts the trees back from power lines in the mountains and shit.
Yeah.
And like some of the stuff they have to like attach this huge chainsaw to a helicopter because they can't get guys in there on trucks.
Oh
And
yeah.
like they fly this helicopter down the power line with this huge chainsaw. Like I mean it's huge.
And they're just cutting down the trees.
And they're just fucking yeah. They're not cutting the trees. They're just trimming them back from the power lines.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I don't like heights, so that's not a job for me.
That's why you're a teacher.
That's why I'm a teacher. I stay on the ground. Oh,
You do recon.
do some recon. I teach health and physical education. But right now I'm in graduate school. I'm getting my master's in administration, so that way I can become a principal.
Imagine your students finding out that you play video games.
They know. They know. It's probably not true in my case. I'm a pretty strict teacher.
No, it ain't.
Okay. um, I'm fair, but yeah, they know I play video games. Um, none of them have found my Twitch channel yet, which is nice. I'm gonna have way too much silage.
You doing your farming?
Yeah.
Want to hear a story about my grandfather?
Uh, I do play Warhammer, and yes, I want to hear a story about your grandfather.
So my grandfather told me this when I told him I was joining the army. So I'm Polish, right?
Uh
So
huh.
my parents came from Poland, and my grandfather was in the Polish military,
Uh huh.
and he was the quartermaster. So whenever him and his buddies were bored, they just went to the armory, took out a couple of guns, and went in the woods and started just popping off rounds.
Jesus.
I mean, you can't do nothing about it. He's the quartermaster.
Right. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool story. I do play Warhammer, but I play Warhammer 40K. I don't play the fantasy Warhammer. I actually have. This is some Flapjack never knew about me, but I actually have three armies of Warhammer 40k. Um,
I don't know what that means.
I know you don't. But if you Google Warhammer 40k, uh, it's basically a tabletop game with plastic miniatures.
It looks
It's
like you're playing Warhammer 40k right now. You gotta change your thing on Twitch.
did I not?
It says you're playing Warhammer 40.
Oh, I might not have changed the. Yeah, I got it. There it is. That was my fault. Hey, you got me 4 viewers in here though. Hey, thanks for the follow, Sneak Twitch. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, what army do you have? Ultramarines are my favorite chapter. I have I have Space Wolves, Crimson Fists, and Iron Hands. I have 3 armies, and they're all Marines. Um, and right now during COVID and everything, I can't go play with my buddies, so I'm actually stopped. I've stopped collecting for a while. I think I got a good amount. The Iron Hands and the Crimson Fist army is both around 1,500 points, and then my Space Wolves are probably around 3,000 points.
Nerd.
Nerd. It's a fun game. It's like Super Chess. I've actually and I've always enjoyed the Ultramarines lore. So I wanted to do an Ultramarines army, but focus on the veterans of the Tyrannic War. But so your family, so your grandfather's from Poland. He immigrated.
Mhm. So are my
That's cool.
parents.
Your parents immigrated as well.
Yep.
So you're first generation American.
Mhm.
That's cool, man. So were you born in America?
Yep. Born
That's awesome.
in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Is that where you live? No, you
Yep.
don't live in.
I was
You don't
born.
live in.
I don't live in Atlanta.
You don't live. You don't live over on the East Coast anymore. You live in the west. What, the Midwest?
I live on the West Coast or the East Coast. I live in Georgia.
Oh. Oh. Docks.
Nah, it's not dogs. I don't live there.
But
I'm a good old country boy.
oh, are you?
Hell right.
What's your dream car?
Ooh. Probably Aston Martin DB11.
You're not a real country boy.
You want me to fucking say a Chevy Silverado or some shit?
Yeah. A Cummins Dooley. Come on, man.
You're a city slicker.
Uh, Not really. I do live in a city now, but I grew up on a farm in the middle of nowhere. Holding Sandman.
Oh my god, one of those? You want one of those? A Holden Sandman.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
So,
it's like an El Camino.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a car truck.
What do y'all think about the new Jeep truck? I think those things look fucking cool. Fan of older cars. I've never really gotten into cars that much. Um, the only reason I know anything about older cars is from like the Need for Speed games from back in the day, like Need for Speed Most Wanted. So you know that God, I think it's Georgia, but Brett Favre, the old quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, coaches a high school team down in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Georgia. It might be Mississippi, but I think it's Georgia for some reason. He coaches his son's team. Now, that was a couple years ago, so I'm sure his son's graduated by now, but I thought it was pretty cool. So what are you doing today?
I don't know. I gotta go to the gym, work on some code. I don't know.
Don't miss our meeting tonight.
Oh, I don't think I will. That's at 8, so.
I'm actually surprised Cartwright's going to make it at 8. I was really surprised by that.
Doesn't he have Tuesdays off?
I thought he went to the weekends off now.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I can't keep up with that dude's schedule. Tell you one thing I gotta do is I gotta buy a new forage wagon that's bigger than this, cause this is monotonous as hell. I've only picked up like a quarter of this field. What I might do is I might do this upper part and then Ted the lower part and make that hay. I think that's what I might do.
Just working on the farm.
Just working on my farm. I'm gonna spend about 2 hours doing this. I do some stuff offline, like stuff that, like some of the monotonous stuff. Like I just spent 2 days offline feeding the cows, and that was basically all I did for 2 days.
Just feeding the cows.
Just feeding the cows. But whenever I have to do like harvests or anything, I try to stream it. No, so if I have a worker do this, they won't recognize. Like, I have a mod downloaded where I can set this guy to follow the windrower, but the worker won't realize when it's full. So, um, he'll actually miss stuff. So it's easier if I do it, um, just for, so I don't miss anything. Um, the only job, uh, I will have the worker. After I get this cleaned up a little bit, I will have that worker ted out that grass down there that I'm going to turn to hay. Because I think this will be enough silage for this year. I don't know. I could turn it all silage because I can sell some of it as well. I might do that so I can sell some silage, make some money. Because I gotta start paying off this loan. So yeah, so Farming 19 has some great new mods. Not mods, but has great new gameplay. One of the biggest differences between Farming 19 and the other farms is the amount of crops that you can do. They've added cotton, which is a big one. Um, they've also added different ways to. They've added in horses, um, and a couple other things that are different and new. They've also changed up the way that some of the stuff works, some of the harvesting and stuff. Um, they've refined some of the game mechanics, and then the people who made the seasons mod for 17 redone the whole seasons mod now. So actually, there's 3 stages to hay making now. Like right now, you see this dark green. This is wet grass. So I have to ted it to make it dry grass, and then I have to let it bake in the sun for a day before I can bale it as hay. So there's actually 3 stages. They also changed up the animals in the seasons. So now you have. They couldn't change the models, but they changed how some of the models work. Like in my pen right now, I have 10. I have 32 total head of cattle, and then out of that 32 head, 22 of them are dairy cows. They're Holsteins, so they're gonna have the largest milk production. And then I have 10. Basically, I mean they look like girl cows. They look like cows, but they're steers. Basically, they're there for meat production. So um, the mods is what really makes this game for me. With the seasons mod, because this map, as far as I know, is Seasons mod compatible, which means when it turns winter, there'll actually be snow on the ground, and I'll have to move it. And then there's mods that give you some equipment to. Um, yeah, I would say that's it. I think I still own. I mean, I still have 17, obviously, but I think that if you've never played a game like this before, it's worth buying this one. Or if you have the old one and you've had it for a while and you can find it, especially if you can get this on sale. Um, if you can catch one of the Steam sales and catch this game on sale, this is I'd say this game is. I've enjoyed this game a lot, and I appreciate the upgrades and the versatility that the newer game gives you in terms of how to operate your farm and what you can do with it. Because the addition of just the horses is cool, like having to ride them and get their stamina and stuff up. So, so if you've only played 15, then 19's a big step up from 15. So, as far as gameplay and what you can do in game, 19's a big step up. I've spent a lot of time in this game. Some of it's offline hours, so my Steam profile doesn't fully show how much time I've spent in this game, but I've spent a ton of game time. And then the best thing about it is it has an active modding community, so there's new mods being made constantly. Whether that's models for like tractors and stuff, or if that's like gameplay changes like the seasons mod or the real dirt color. Um, oh, one of the best things. The other thing is in the old in 17 you used to have a you used to have a mod for crop destruction. And now it's just part of the base game. You can turn it on or off depending on how serious you want to play, but I think that it's cool that the game actually took some ideas from the modders to make the game better. So that was nice. But I mean, I got another person who watches the stream a good bit, Twitch, and they've never played a farming simulator game, and they're gonna get it, um, just because of the versatility that you have when deciding how you're gonna do your farm. So I'd say it's I thoroughly enjoy this game. This is a game that I would say is worth a buy if you're into simulators. And as with all simulators, there's ways to play the game more seriously or less seriously depending on how you want to do it. and it has a good multiplayer support. So if you want to play with friends, you have the ability to you can host your own multiplayer. It's so easy to start a multiplayer. All you gotta do is click multiplayer in the game start and invite your friend to it, and then you both can play on the same game. So it's real easy and simple. There's no complicated. You don't have to have a server, host a server, or anything like that. You host it all straight from your PC, and you don't really have any issues with disconnect or lag as long as you have good. Yeah, and if you want to wait around Twitch, I'm sure this game will go on sale. Um, I actually did not buy this game when it first came out because I was still playing 17, and I waited a little while and I actually caught it on sale for like 50% off. So I think I only paid like $25. Now I have went through and bought all the DLCs for it, pretty much at full price. So, and the DLCs are useful. I will say that. I think the DLCs add to the game. They're not just a way for the company to make money. I think they all add. I can show you some of the DLC stuff in the menu of what it added. I'm going to get this run and that run. I'm going to do 2 more loads of the silage, and then I'm going to turn that guy loose with the tedder. I think if you get the Platinum Edition, it comes with one of the DLCs, the Klaus, and it adds a bunch of useful equipment. It adds in some extra tractors, and I always think anything that adds more tractors is good because it's hard to find tractors that have a good price with them. Now, the tractor I'm currently using is a modded tractor, and it's a really well-made mod. So, and I'm a huge fan of the Massey Fergusons. I have played War Thunder, but I will say the guy that's in the chat right now, Flap,
Yeah.
he's played it way more than I have, so he can talk more about it than I have.
I love War Thunder.
Yeah, I have played a lot of War Thunder in my days, so I have a lot of. I enjoy the naval combat probably the most, mostly because I have a big boat and it blows stuff up.
I don't play that.
You don't play the naval?
No.
You just do the air stuff, don't you?
Air and ground, yeah.
You mostly play air. I know you. You like to fly.
I mean, I almost got my F-100. I just need 2 million silver eagles, silver beagles, whatever, silver lions.
I hate that I just made windrows and now I'm gonna go back and TED all this out. It's a waste of time.
I'm play some Battlefield. You want to play Battlefield?
Yeah, I can play some Battlefield. Give me a minute though. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this field finished up today before I switch anything. And then I'm gonna be getting around 4:30. I'm gonna have to get ready. Me and my wife are gonna go do some stuff. this evening.
Okay.
He has max German air. That's cool. You're one of those guys I hate because I like to do the bomb stuff when I'm in War Thunder, and everybody that has the really good planes now come and shoot me.
Yeah, good luck with AIM-9Bs. They don't do anything.
What is that?
Missiles.
Oh, they.
Garbage. They're pretty much only useful for people like bombers.
Hey, I love bombing, man. That's how you win games. If they don't pay attention to me, I basically can finish the game out. And see that this with the seasons mod, that turns that grass to wet grass. So now I have to let it dry after for a whole day. So I'm actually going to oh yeah, the bombers are great. The bombers are great. And before I hit that next tier, I don't know what the tier numbers are anymore. I haven't played in a while, but before I hit that tier, all I did like people would hardly stop you in a bomber. But now I hit this tier and people fly up and purposefully come after me. It makes me angry. Because I'm not a fighter guy. Oh, something there. Yep. Yeah, see, I haven't got my bombers up, and I'm using the American planes. So I do have a couple nice bombers, but the crews aren't maxed out. So occasionally I get lucky and get some kills with them, but not often. So I'm trying to work on getting those guys ranked up when I do play. I haven't played in a long time, so.
Bombers are used to kill, say, if you're behind one about 2 kilometers away, you just launch an AIM-9B at them.
Be none. See, I don't have that one yet. I have God, I'm gonna have to log into War Thunder now. Jesus, you guys are making me want to play. Flapjack wants to play Battlefield like a big loser.
I mean, I'll play War Thunder.
Alright, give me a minute. Let me get this silage compacted and get this stuff tedded, so that way when I start my next stream, it's basically finishing up this day. And I'll definitely go play with you. I gotta get this compacted though. And I don't have enough money yet to buy the nice things that help me level this out and stuff. So, this might take me a little bit. Hey, can you hear me better now, Flap? Like, is my
Yeah.
voice louder?
Yeah.
I went in and I actually found the settings on my computer on how to adjust the microphone decibel level. So, I am thankful about that. Yeah, I don't have the nice stuff to flatten out this chafe. So basically I'm just gonna have to keep dropping it over it. And then eventually I'll be able to avoid the leveler and the weights to get this done faster. Because the heavier equipment that you use, the quicker that it compacts. But as you see, I have $9,000 and a big loan. So I mean, I could go and buy it and take out another loan, but I'm just trying to make it to the first sale of my uh, limousines. I wonder if I put that trailer back on, if that'll help me compact this stuff down. I do have another weight I could grab. Yeah, I'm gonna add some more weight. I got another weight I can grab. Now, boy, heavy. Oh yeah. Yeah, this will work a little better. Oh, 71%. We're moving on up. There we go. Yeah, this is a good field. I had it up. I had it maxed out on fertilizer and everything. And it's harder to get your fertilizer levels. Well, your fertilizer up, and then you have to worry about weeds and stuff now too. So I'm not too worried about the weeds because I can't really afford the stuff to fix it. So if the weeds start getting too bad, though, I'll have to do something about it. Um, I'll have to buy a sprayer and some herbicide. That'll be all that I need you for. Anyway, Twitch, I really appreciate you watching and chatting, and it was nice to get to know you a little bit. I'm gonna end this stream because I actually upload these videos to YouTube for my Lone Oak series. Um, so I'm gonna end the stream here, but I will start the stream back because I'm assuming me and Flap are probably gonna either play some Battlefield or some War Thunder now.
I'm down to play War Thunder.
It looks like we're gonna be playing some War Thunder. So appreciate the watches, and I will catch you guys later.